What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video here on Footy Talks. In today's video, we're gonna go ahead and be going over the first hate watch of the season. Real Madrid did face off against Osasuna at home, and they did come away with a win by a slender margin of 1-0. That goal did come from a penalty. I mean, surprise, surprise. But in this match, there are a few things to take away. From certain player performances, from Brahim Diaz, the new signing Mastatouano, I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but the new signing who's right winger, Mbappe, and Vinicius. And we also do need to go ahead and go over that goal and go over the overall performance of Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid in their first La Liga match together. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Your guys' support truly does mean a lot to me. Let's go ahead and try to get to 100 subscribers together. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So going into this match, Real Madrid did start off with this lineup right here. We had Thibaut Courtois in goal, Álvaro Carreras, Dean Huijsen, Eder Militao, and Trent Alexander-Arnold in the back line. The midfield, we had the likes of Tchouaméni, Fede Valverde, and Arda Güler. And in the front three, we had Vinicius Jr., Mbappe, and Brahim Diaz. So that was the starting lineup for Real Madrid right there in their first La Liga match. Now, going into this match, I do have to give props to Osasuna where props is due. They did defend really well for the most part throughout the match. I mean, since the start of the match, Osasuna decided to sit back and let Real Madrid have the ball. I mean, that's usually the case when it comes to these low to mid-table La Liga teams. They usually just sit back and let the likes of Madrid, Barca, Atletico have the ball and just look to capitalize on any chances they get. But Osasuna, they defended really well. They made everything really compact in the middle, so they made it really hard for anything to go through the middle to the likes of Güler, Fede, Mbappe, and everything was going mostly through the wings, or should I say to the left wing, because honestly, Brahim Diaz, he did get the nod to start ahead of the likes of Rodrigo and Mastatouano, but during his time there, he really ghosted throughout the match. There was some point where I thought in the match that he wasn't even playing, but there was no attack really coming from the right wing, so everything was mostly going through the left wing, through Vinicius, who we do need to get onto. Now, in the video that I made, talking about predictions for La Liga season, Copa del Rey, the Super Copa, the Champions League, and so forth, I did mention this, and I still do stand by it. Mbappe and Vinicius cannot play together. But in this match, and also I've been seeing it for quite a bit now, from like the little that I do see Madrid. I mean, I'm a Barca fan, like I don't watch Madrid like that, but in the few times I've seen Madrid, it's more of Vinicius than Mbappe. Vinicius needs to be dropped from the starting lineup, because anytime that I've seen Vinicius play recently, he just looks disinterested. It looks like the intensity is not there. The intent to play is not there. The intent to create danger or try to make something happen is not there. He's not the same player that he was about 1 or even 2 years ago, where he was winning Champions Leagues or competing for the Ballon d'Oro. He's just not. Because in this match, and even other matches that he's played recently, I mean, against PSG or other matches recently, you could just see that Vinicius, he's just walking around, or he's just, crying about any little touch or foul that is not given to him or that's done to him, and he's just not really focused on the game. I mean, in this match at least, anytime that Álvaro Carreras, the midfielders, or the back line, like Eder Militao or Dean Huijsen were trying to look for Vinicius, he didn't really show urgency to get the ball to try to make something happen. Like dropping deep to try to collect the ball, to try to drive it forward or make a pass, or even take a shot on goal. Or he wasn't even trying to make any runs or behind. The urgency from Vinicius is simply just not there. And it hasn't been for quite some time, which is why I do think that Vinicius does need to be dropped from the starting lineup. Because unlike Mbappe was actually one of the bright spots in the front three, and even throughout the whole Madrid team in general, because Osasuna, they were keeping everything compact in the middle of the field. So Mbappe, he was starting to drop deeper to the left wing, to the right wing, anywhere where he could collect the ball to try to make something happen, whether it was through quick passing or using his speed to just drive the ball forward with his individual quality. Mbappe was trying to make things happen, and he actually did even cause the goal, the penalty, which we'll go ahead and get onto a bit later. But that's the thing, Mbappe, he's gotten his criticism in the past where, he may not press, he walks around like Vini and all that, but at least he tries to make things happen. Unlike Vinicius, he's walking around, and as of late, he just looks like he doesn't have that intention to try to create danger or anything like that. So I do think Vinicius just needs to be dropped, and he needs to be put on the bench for the likes of someone like a Gonzalo Garcia, or you could even put Rodrigo on the left-hand side. We'll go ahead and get onto that a bit more, but overall in the first half, Osasuna, they did have it really comfortable by compacting everything in the middle of the park, and the wingers not really providing too much. So that was basically the first half right there. First half ended 0-0. And let's go ahead and get on to the second half, where we did see the goal, a few changes from Real Madrid, and we're also going to be going over the overall performance of the team too. So going into the second half, Real Madrid didn't make any changes at all to the lineup. Despite seeing the changes that needed to be made within the wings, they should have changed Vinicius out sooner, and also should have changed Brahim Diaz sooner, but they eventually did get to those changes, which I'll go ahead and get on to. But no changes were made going into the second half for Real Madrid. However, the goal, it did come pretty early on in the second half. It came at the 51 minute. Mbappe, like I said, he was one of the bright spots in all of Madrid's team, looking to make something happen. He picks up the ball deep from the right-hand side, and he drives the ball forward using his speed towards the penalty box. Now, when it looked like he was about to cross the ball in to the penalty box, or even take a shot from the right-hand side, he does a little dummy. He cuts it back like a Ronaldo chop, and the defender takes him and causes a penalty. I know I said surprise, surprise earlier, but that one was actually a penalty right there for Real Madrid. And it all came from Mbappe. So Mbappe got the penalty, Mbappe scored the penalty, and Real Madrid were 1-0 up. And from there, it was sort of the same thing. Real Madrid, they struggled to create clear-cut chances. Osasuna, throughout this match, they defended pretty well, but they never really got going when it came to attacking. And didn't really cause too much danger for Real Madrid. But they did defend pretty well to keep the scoreline respectable. Now, subs were made in the second half. We saw changes made, around the 65th, 75th minute. Xabi Alonso, he decided to bring Carvajal in for Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he brought Brahim on for the new signing Masatuano. I think Masatuano actually looked really good in comparison to Brahim Diaz, who ghosted throughout the whole match. Masatuano, he was looking to get the ball and was looking to get involved. It is his first match, so he didn't make too much happen, but you could see that the intent was there. He was trying to get involved and getting touches in the ball, and whenever Madrid were out of possession, you could see the work rate that was there to try to win the ball back, which was really good to see for Madrid fans at least. I mean, for Barca fans, I'm like, nah, nah. But anyways, yeah, Macedoano, he looked good, and Vini was finally subbed out. Xabi Alonso decided to bring Gonzalo Garcia in, and that's the front three that ended the match. It was Mbappe on the left hand side, Gonzalo Garcia, and Macedoano on the right hand side. That would be an ideal front line for Real Madrid, or if you want to maybe change one of those players for Rodrigo, you could. But this performance overall from Real Madrid and Osasuna, it kind of did remind me of Atletico versus Espanyol, where it was really tight. I mean, you had Espanyol defending really deep and Atletico trying to break them down, but finding it really hard. The same thing occurred with Real Madrid trying to break down Osasuna. They only did get that one goal, and even then it was from a penalty. But overall, this performance for Real Madrid, I do have to say, it was pretty average. They kept the ball well and everything, but it was only because Osasuna decided to drop back and defend. And they also managed to keep a clean sheet, but that then again comes from Osasuna not really causing any threats to them. But looking at this Madrid performance as a Barca fan, Xabi Alonso has to make some choices in this front line, honestly, because going back to what I was discussing about Vinicius should not be starting in the starting lineup. I mean, it may be harsh, some Madrid fans may not agree with me and so forth, and some may say that, oh, he has merit in the club, well, look what he's done. He's won the Champions Leagues, he's been a contender for the Ballon d'Or, we've seen how world class he is. But that's the thing, he's not the same player as he was before, about 1 year or 2 years ago. Vinicius is not. He just looks disinterested, the intensity looks like it's not there, looks like he's not all that focused. And I think there's other players waiting on the bench, just waiting for their opportunity. I mean, you have the likes of Rodrigo, who is sitting there on the bench. You have Gonzalo Garcia, who could also play in the center, and you could push Mbappe to the left-hand side. You could even put Endrick in the middle and put Mbappe to the left-hand side. But Vinicius, if he keeps performing like this, who knows how things will be towards the end of the season for him with Real Madrid. Because honestly, this season for Vinicius, it is a make-or-break season for him. I mean, last season, we kind of seen this dip in form happen. And yeah, some Madrid fans and even neutrals will say, okay, yeah, that's a one-off season. But to go 2 seasons like that, I don't think it would be acceptable by Madrid standards at least. But we'll go ahead and see. So Xabi Alonso has to make a choice in that with Vinicius, and he even has to make a choice on the right-hand side to see what he's going to do. Is he going to keep putting Brahim Diaz, who didn't really show any promise in this match? Is he going to put faith in Macedoano? Is he going to put Rodrigo on the right-hand side? It's just, as I mentioned in that last video, talking about Vini and Mbappe, there's just a lot of question marks with Real Madrid. I mean, yes, they did win this match and get 3 crucial points to keep up with Barca, but it was an average performance from Real Madrid. If they do want to compete with Barca, they do have to learn to be more dynamic in their passing. They have to pass quicker, be better at the press, and be more creative. Also, another thing that I do need to mention, I think Madrid is missing a creative midfielder. I know some people are saying that Arda Güler could be that creative midfielder, you know, the one to fill Modric's shoes or Kroos's shoes, but he didn't show all that much today. Now, for the sake of Madrid, I mean, it'd probably be good if Arda Güler fills those shoes like the likes of Toni Kroos or Modric, but it just looks like they're really missing a creative midfielder to try to break down low block oppositions and try to penetrate them. So that's another thing to look out for sure for Real Madrid. I mean, they just can't depend on depend on individual brilliance from Mbappe, or they can't hope for Vinicius to hopefully come alive again. They need to try to figure things out and figure things out fast, because if they keep going like this and keep performances up like this, who knows how this season will go for them or how they'll go against Barca. I mean, as a Barca fan, it's fun to watch. Fun to watch. Oh, man. But we'll see how Real Madrid do. I mean, again, it is only the first match of the season. They really didn't have all that much preparation coming into the new season. They only had one match before the season started, so we'll go ahead and see how the season progresses. But you guys let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Madrid fans, neutral fans, Barca fans, any of you guys watching, let me know what you guys think of Madrid's overall performance. What do you guys think of Vinicius and Mbappe playing in the team together? I really want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. For those of you guys that did tune in, I really do appreciate you guys' support again. It truly does mean a lot to me. And as I did say at the beginning, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. I'll keep trying to get these videos out for you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.